Hello friends, welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to answer another Instagram question. This person was asking, Lissa, what are your and Nate's favorite camping and hiking travel foods as raw vegans? So let's dive into those options in this video. Thank you so much for joining me today for this video. If you like videos like this, you know what to do. Click like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out the plant-based bundle. This is the biggest sale of the year. You're getting $867 worth of content from Nate and I in this bundle for only $50. So go grab that bundle if you're looking for a lot of our content. We've got 16 contributions in here. This is an amazing opportunity to get a lot of our content. And not only are you getting our content, but you're also getting tons of stuff from other people as well, like Chris Kendall is in there. Raw Chef Yin has 3 things in there. She's got her Christmas Showstoppers raw course, which she has her Beat Wellington in, which was amazing. We made it last year. It's so good. She also has her raw vegan Korean barbecue course in there too, and that's equally amazingly delicious. So grab the bundle. You're getting so much content in there for $50. This is the chance to get all of that to jumpstart your 2025, add more raw food, more vegan food to your diet. If you didn't want a bundle or already have it and you wanted to grab some of our other ebooks like the burger book or the soup book or, meal plan 1 or 2 or any of those other books, you can get 60% off any of those with code BFF2024. The link for all the goodies is in the description box below. So head on down there to get the link for everything. And enjoy some new raw recipes. So let's chat about some of our top favorite things to take with us when we travel, hike, camp, backpack, all of that. The number one thing that we like to take when we are traveling is fruit, obviously. Fruit is going to give us the hydration and the calories that we need to sustain our mornings. And some of our top favorite fruits that we like to take are melons, mangoes, apples, and citrus. We also like to take grapes, and grapes tend to be for the drive to wherever we're going. Those are our car snacks or car morning meals. We also like to blend a smoothie up before we leave so we have enough fuel to sustain us through the first part of our drive. So those are some of our favorite fruits to take with us. The melons don't need to be in the cooler, and they are pretty hardy. They can sit in the back seat of the truck, they can roll around on the floor, and they do really, really well. So we like to take melons with us. They're easy to eat, they're easy to cut open, and we can enjoy the hydration from them. Mangoes are really good as well. Apples are awesome because they are pretty hardy as well. You can take a bunch of apples and they're very high fiber. They're really great. So those are awesome. Citrus is really good too because you can just peel them, especially the little cutie oranges. So those are some of the options for fruit that we really like to take on our travels. And we always, always, always default to melons because those are super, super easy to take with us. Next up would definitely be the wraps. The wraps have saved us so many times, and they've been amazing as go-to options for our travels, our hikes, camping, and we love to share them with the people that we go with. So the wraps are definitely one of the top things that we like to take these days since we created them. And if you want to have a bunch of wrap recipes, get the plant-based bundle. You're getting both the wrap book and our Tales from the Tailgate Raw on the Road travel ebook. In this ebook, we talk about how we plan, pack, and travel as raw vegans. We've got air travel in there, resort stays, camping, backpacking, road trips, all of it. We talk about how we do it. And there's also over 100 recipes in that book. So get the bundle because it's the best place to get a lot of our content. But the wrap recipes are in both hand salads. There's 34 wraps in there, and there's a few travel style wraps in the Tales from the Tailgate ebook. The wraps are So amazing. I really hope you get a chance to try them. You can make them in advance. And I did share a video about how we pack the wraps for travel. So if you wanted to watch that, you can find the link in the description box below or up in the card up here at the top of this video. You can watch how we store the wraps for travel because we like to make a lot of them. And so we have those extra wraps to just fill whenever we need to. Many times we just fill them on the tailgate. We pull out our cooler, we grab lettuce, the cashew cream cheese. We have sometimes tomatoes if we're eating them right away. Or if we're not, we have like cabbage and red onions and carrots and bell peppers that we like to add to the wraps as well. And when we were in Oregon, we had so much fun going to the growers market and grabbing a whole bunch of fresh ingredients that we could add to our wrap. We put mizuna in there and mixed greens. We had all kinds of different fun things that we found at the market to add into our wraps. And we just did it on the tailgate right outside of Nate's son Jonah's house. And we had lunch for him. And we gave him an extra wrap so that he could take that to work the next day. And really easy to wrap up when you need a quick meal. Also, they do last for 1 to 3 days after you've wrapped them. So you can fill them with drier ingredients. You don't want to put like tomatoes and pickles and sauerkraut in those ones if you're leaving them for a couple days because there's a little bit too much water in the tomatoes and things like that. So just sticking with like the cashew cream cheese, don't put a sauce in there. Try to avoid any wet things if you're holding them for 1 to 3 days in your cooler. You want to wrap them in deli paper and you don't want to enclose them in a sealed container because there can be condensation in there and, make them a little bit soggy. Just like regular wraps, you want to be careful with how you store them. Make sure that they're not touching ice because, again, that's more condensation. But you can wrap up the wraps for 1 to 3 days if you're using dry ingredients, and they last really well in the cooler. We will wrap them up for long drives, for days that we get home and we need a lunch and we don't feel like making a lunch. Or you can wrap them in advance for work or school or busy days. It's so awesome. I hope you enjoy the wraps. They're so, 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 so good. And next up is the tacos or tostadas. Either or are so awesome and so fun to take with us traveling. We have been having so much fun sharing them with people. We've taken them for our friends and family, and they're really easy to take traveling. We have this box where we store the tostada shells in, and we got this box at Walmart. I think it's a Better Homes and Gardens box. But this box is great. You could use any container that works for you. And we take these with us on our travels. They just sit in the back seat and we can always find avocados, tomatoes to make salsa, shredded lettuce. So we can make a guacamole, a salsa, some shredded lettuce. And we always bring the dressings in advance, which we'll talk about in the last tip. But we make some sour cream, some nacho cheese sauce so that we have some sauces to add. We can get cilantro, jalapeno, red onion, anything that we want to add as toppings for our tostadas. And they make for a really fun, easy meal, especially at camp when you don't want to make like a giant salad. You can just make some guacamole and some salsa and then have a nice little tostada. Number 4 would be the burgers. We really love taking the burgers with us, camping and traveling. They're pretty easy. All we need to do is make sure that we have the iceberg lettuce to make the iceberg lettuce buns. We make sure that we have the burger patties made in advance. So that's something that we talk about in the Tales from the Tailgate ebook is how to plan for your trip. We look at our trip. We take into account how many meals we're going to have, just like, you would as for a regular trip. You want to plan it out. Where are you going to go? What are you going to eat? What do you need to bring? All that kind of stuff. So we make sure that we make the wraps, the tostadas, the burger patties, the sauces, all of that in advance. So we have that ready to go, and we'll make the burger patties and we'll just take them. We like to separate them in between parchment paper, and we'll just put those in a little container in our cooler, and we have burger patties to take with us. And again, the iceberg lettuce, we make sure that we have 1 iceberg lettuce for 2 people because 1 head of iceberg will make 2 of the burger buns. And the inside of the iceberg we usually save for the next day, if we're having a salad or something, we'll add that to our salad so we don't waste any of it. We get to eat a little bit of that fresh lettuce in our salads. But burgers are definitely one of the top things. We like to have those around the campfire. They're so much fun. And finally, of course, we still do our tailgate salads. We love to make our tailgate salads. And we sometimes, not always, but sometimes we will make them in advance. Like we'll chop up lettuce, cabbage, red onion, carrots. Some of the drier ingredients we will chop in advance. And then the wetter ingredients, like the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and those kinds of things, we will chop on site. So they're not wet and kind of interfering with the lettuce. Like we don't want to put tomatoes in the lettuce and have that sit in a cooler for a day or two because that wetness is going to kind of wilt the lettuce. So you want to keep the lettuce and all the other dry things together and keep the tomatoes separate. You can chop those right at camp. But here I'd like to say it's so helpful to prepare your dressings in advance. Make sure that you have enough dressings to last you the days. And if you are going to a place like an Airbnb that has a blender, or if you can take your blender with you, that's an even better bonus. So you really have to look at your trip and what your trip looks like before you can plan, and just plan around what your trip looks like and make sure that you bring extra dressing so you can stop off at the store and grab all the ingredients for your salad, and at least you have dressing that's ready to go. We do heavily encourage you use a vacuum blender and then vacuum seal your dressing because that keeps it fresher longer. So if you're going for multiple days and you want to have enough dressings for all of the days, using that vacuum blender and the vacuum sealing will keep things really fresh and tasting really good and still have a lot of nutrition in them because there isn't as much oxidation that happens. So they don't go bad as fast and the nutrition stays a little bit longer because of that. So that's a really good bonus to have. But yeah, those are the top things that we like to take with us. And we have so much fun. Again, if you want to learn more about how we camp and hike and travel and road trip as raw vegans, grab the Tales from the Tailgate ebook. It's available in the Plant-Based Bundle where you're getting 16 of our contributions. You can enjoy all of that when you buy the bundle. $50, that's all it costs. You're getting over $3,700 worth of content. This is our big Black Friday sale. And if you already have the bundle, or you didn't want the bundle and you wanted to grab some of our ebooks separately, you can enjoy 60% off. All the links to all the goodies is down below. You know where to go. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like if you like the videos. We will be back tomorrow for another video. I love you all and fruit on.